Hi, this is Meghan Falcone.
Hi, this is Seth Brenner's brother, Josh.
And Josh Brenner, brother, Seth.
Got it.
And Seth Brenner.
Ah. Hey, fam. Seth is wearing a Snow is for Lovers shirt today.
Purchased in New Zealand.
Interesting.
Oh, surprise.
Yeah, very surprising.
It was a great trip.
We went to New Zealand together.
One of many romantic vacations that the three of us go on together.
Well, it's romantic for two of us, and then Meg tags along.
My favorite memory is when we went punting on the Avon, which is just like a romantic boat ride, and it was the three of us.
I'm sorry, you thought that was more romantic than me ruining y'all's post-engagement trip to Paris?
Yeah, I mean, you're right.
Seth helped us put a lock on the Pont de New. What is it?
The Love Bridge?
Which bridge is it?
You can't do it anymore.
Oh.
Thank God we three got ours in.
And here we are. It works.
It did work.
It works.
Seth, I have some updates from my mother.
Who we adore.
She texted me a screenshot of CNN with all this news that Bumble is being really progressive and providing what they're calling unlimited paid time off.
I read this. It's amazing.
It's amazing.
It's almost like too progressive. It's insane.
I did not read it. What is it?
So the Bumble's new employee leave policy gives you 2 weeks off per year for all employees. The offices are just closed, which is sort of European.
Doesn't everybody do that?
Winter break?
Like
2 full weeks? I don't think most companies do.
Oh, well,
We have no idea.
I guess
All right.
because in LA you're used to have it being like 3 months of just off.
Yeah, 3 months off in the
For us,
summer,
it's
3
been
months
3
off
years.
in the winter.
Yeah,
Okay, 20 days of paid time off for victims of domestic violence.
love that.
Love it. 15 days paid time off for grief, such as miscarriage, family, death. 6 months of paid time off for the birth, adoption, or surrogacy of a child, maternity and paternity leave.
This is obviously great. I have a dark thought.
Okay.
Do you want to hear it?
Yeah.
It just sort of feels like she's paving the way for AI to be doing everyone's jobs. Because aren't they already like turning into an AI company? Is that how they slowly get rid of their workforce?
By being more human.
Or is this knee-jerk reaction to the obscene amount of negative press they're getting?
This is a Hearts and Minds campaign?
Well, whatever it
It's
is,
Hearts and Minds TEO?
whatever it is, it's amazing and it's truly a wonderful thing. But maybe it is just you think we're all bad. Look what we're doing.
Well, that was it for my mom. And she wanted to say thank you for all your medical help a few weeks ago.
Oh, par for the course. Bring it. I got nothing else.
Oh,
to
yeah,
do.
folks, if you have any medical questions, feel free to send them in to SethAndTheCityPodcast@gmail.com.
No need to put that out there. They're already calling and texting. So that's just...
You have any good cases this week?
You do have like a full-time job of just taking care of like friends and family members.
Yes, correct.
Meg would like to know if you have anything that's vile and horrible and disgusting that happened in the ER. that you want to
Did
share.
anything get up somebody's butt this week?
Yeah.
Yes, what was it?
It was a common household object.
A plunger.
No, but that does happen. Unfortunately, there
man.
was a famous New York City police case about it. It wasn't good.
Ugh.
Yeah, no, we had a really fun one. The jokes have been circulating around.
Tell
quite
us.
a bit.
Give us a sample of the joke.
It's a little too specific.
Oh, it's a common household item, but it's really specific. Let's play this game. Does the patient survive?
Yes.
It's not scissors.
No.
Ugh.
Oh, that's fun.
It is fun. It's unbelievable. People always want to know, what do people put in their butts?
Never would occur to me to ask that question, and so many people ask that question.
And they want to see pictures. Everybody wants to see pictures.
Not interested.
I got one right for you right now if you want to see a picture.
I do.
I know
Okay,
Megan
I'll
does.
show
I'm
you,
not
but
interested.
Don't say what it is.
Okay. Oh
Don't
my
say
God.
It. God, don't say it.
Oh my God. It's tubal. I'll say it's tubal.
Well, obviously.
Seth, if you had to identify yourself as a famous TV doctor, which are you more of a House? Are you more of a...
Never seen an episode of House.
Okay.
And no, because that guy's a moron.
You the only one you care about is Scrubs, right?
Scrubs is the only one that comes close, and it is really, really
To getting it
accurate.
right.
Correct. Scrubs gets the overall irreverence of it accurate. Just because they're just like, oh, he's dead. And then you just go to the next patient.
So the main thing that they don't get right on other shows is that the doctors care about their patients.
Yeah, does not happen.
Doesn't happen in real life. No, doctors don't care.
No.
Okay.
I've noticed that.
That's beautiful.
Of course we do.
But that's why you need a Seth, because we think Seth cares about us.
Well, I'm a very good actor. I would have been perfect for these roles. How does Clooney get ER over me? What
It's a great question.
What does he have over me?
Yeah, I can't think of a single thing.
He just was able to get a wife.
Oh.
It's time for...
It's time for Relationship Corner.
Boy, it just gets worse and worse.
I did something different.
Yeah, I saw that.
It didn't work.
All right, are you ready?
Bring it.
This is from Anonymous, and we don't have a location.
Oh.
So...
Okay.
Okay, this person says, went on a date with a guy who was great, as Seth says, on paper.
Mm-hmm.
Ivy League guy, great job, funny, nice. Honestly, I had a pretty good time with him. But here's the thing. The date was completely bald. Like, bald. I'm not normally someone to swear off a date based on looks, but I cannot express how bald he was. And it was just such a turnoff. My friends say
Wait. Okay, wait.
A lot of questions. Let's
Okay,
Get to the end? Or
You want to ask your question?
First, the question number one is, did they meet on an app?
Yeah, because
I
if
mean,
you...
it would seem like no.
Yeah, so were they were set up and they showed up and were surprised by baldness.
Or he wore a hat in all the pictures? I don't know.
Or he had a swim meet the next day and shaved it that night?
Or he used really old pictures.
I mean, that'd have to be really
No, that's
old.
just...
Or he used an AI filter. She says, I cannot express how bald he was. My friends say I should give him another shot. I'm 35, and they say men I date with hair now may not have hair in 10 years. But I honestly
That's the justification?
don't know if I can ever get over the bald. Help.
Help? Oh, there's no help.
Yeah, if you're not
You
attracted.
you're
if you're not
anti-bald, if you're baldest, what can we do for you?
Yeah, I guess that's true.
I'm a little confused. I wish we could reach out and ask more questions to this
Yeah.
person. So if you are listening, was this an app connection?
I mean, obviously it couldn't have been.
No, of course it could have been. He could have absolutely been wearing hats.
Wait, can you filter out bald on the apps? That would be so harsh. Is there a button you can press that's like must have hair?
I don't know if it's.
You think
different
anyone have you ever seen that on a profile? Like
No.
someone say, if you're under 5'10", don't even bother because you can't tell.
Which
is
is
on a
there,
lot.
Yeah.
So if someone put like, if you're losing your hair, don't even bother. That seems meaner, right? But I think it's the same amount of mean. It's something that a person can't control that you're screening them out for.
I think if you're losing your hair is a lot meaner than if you're under 5'10", don't even bother.
I think I'm gonna say equally mean.
It feels like
It feels worse. I agree with you, but I'm gonna say it's equal. I'm gonna say in terms of quantitative meanness, it's the same.
Well, but I'm gonna side with her friends here, which is that like if you are 5'10", you will only ever be 5'10".
You'll probably get shorter.
5'9", possibly. If you have hair now, there's no guarantee that you're gonna have hair in the future.
You obviously have not been familiar with Dr. Joseph Yaker in Dallas, Texas.
Yes, I know. We do many
This might be the
unpaid sponsorships.
20th mention of Dr. Yaker.
The term is plug you're looking for.
Ha ha. That's gonna get a couple points for that one.
Well, I just think it's you're filtering something that you can't filter forever.
Are you saying the line recedes?
Oh, I lost those. That's tough. Got him and then couldn't keep them.
Wow.
Couldn't keep them.
Story of my life.
This is a little too mean.
I need more.
First of all, it's almost everyone.
That's
and
what I'm
second of all,
saying.
is it so unattractive? I
I
know.
don't think so.
It's important.
I don't think
to
so.
a lot of women, it's very important.
I wonder why.
Yeah, I wonder why too. What is the?
It's got to be something like deep
Why?
in the psyche.
Why did humans lose hair? Like
Yeah, why
From
are we
the
From an
furry?
evolutionary standpoint.
yeah, what's the story there?
Well, there's like a couple of weird theories. We're gonna have to fact check the hell out of this one. You know, if you migrated away from cold climates, you adapted more towards very little hair, which is they think that
Primates in warm climates,
Well,
they've still got their fur.
but we don't know where they originated from.
But it's been a long time.
But
We're gonna
hasn't
need
it?
a lot of help here.
To me, I think it's a matter of youth and vibrance, and there's an elder statesman thing about losing your hair, and that can be
Well, but see,
Maybe
this
it
is
could be
interesting.
good or bad.
Correct.
But
Correct.
the
It will.
silver fox gets a lot of love,
because
right?
they have their hair.
But this is what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
the same thing. You're
Yeah.
losing your hair or you're graying. It
For a
signifies the same
for
thing.
a lot of people, it matters a lot.
I'm obviously aware of this.
Right.
Well, I want to circle back to something else, which is that if someone in their dating app pictures had a hat on in every picture, I would know they were bald. That's like, tell me you're bald without telling me you're bald.
Most of my pictures, I have a hat on, and I do make sure to have one on there that shows the flow just for this exact reason.
No, but that's interesting because you keep your hair a little bit longer, a little shaggier. In most of them, you can see the hair coming out the back, but that doesn't mean that some horrible things. Again, look at me. I'm being judgmental.
I like a bald man. I mean, if you are bald, that's great. If you're not, that's great. For me, it's confusing. I don't understand how that alone could be the thing.
It was a huge turnoff for this person.
It was it.
We got to figure out. Please, listener, give us some more details.
This has been
Relationship Corner. Any dates this week?
Yes.
Great.
So it was a good one.
It was something.
Uh-oh.
It was something. This was an interesting interaction.
Okay.
I have not had many dates that I've been looking forward to. Nothing like, no like big prospects here. I have a lot of downtime. I might have matched with a woman who I probably shouldn't. I mean, it was fine to match with her, but I might have messaged with her and proceeded to go out with her, knowing that this was not going to be. Don't shake your head.
I'm not. I was gonna say the opposite. I respect that you don't change one bit. I think it's impressive. It's not working, and you're sticking with it, and I love that.
I have dated with so much more intention the last couple of months.
And what is it that you're intending to do with all that intention?
Like, find a GF, date somebody seriously.
Wow,
he can't even say the word. You couldn't even say the word.
He's got to abbreviate it. I do want to get to your date, but I also want to let people know that we drove with you to San Diego for a 2-hour visit with your cousins, and then drove back. And the entire drive down and drive back, you were just matching with people because you were like, I get range as the car moves. I get new matches.
Well, there's like 17 different cities between here and San Diego.
Yeah, but you're not gonna date any of them.
You don't know that.
Seth is looking elsewhere.
Yeah, but honestly, that's good. All right, well, so tell us about this gal.
So we matched. She is very, very sweet.
Okay.
Very nice.
What's jumping out on the profile?
Little tiny things.
I thought you were saying she's a
little tiny thing. Me too.
Okay.
No.
Little tiny things on the profile.
Like, she was like sort of tongue in cheek about Biden and Trump. Just like,
oh boy.
She's got some. Okay, so she's got politics on her profile. Now I don't think we've talked too much about that. Do people generally put politics on their profile?
A lot will, absolutely. A lot will say if you voted for Trump, don't
apply. Really?
The exact opposite. It exists too. If you voted for Sleepy Joe or are going to vote for Sleepy Joe, don't even think about it.
Wow, interesting.
She went after both of them.
Okay.
Something along the lines of, if you're voting for Trump or Biden, please know we're all screwed.
So who's she voting for? Kennedy? No. Perot?
Oh, that's it. It's got a real Perot.
When was the last time he ran?
92. This is interesting. He ran against Bush and Clinton. All three of them lefties.
Left-handed.
All of them. Anywho, so we actually lives in Irvine.
Okay.
We start messaging, and she's funny, but she is conservative.
Oh.
But she is in the conservative never Trumper camp.
Wait, so sorry, just going back. So politics on the profile is not a deal breaker for you. You don't mind.
Extremely far right, extremely far left. I can't work with that. It doesn't allow for individual thought. It doesn't work for me. So she's very sweet, very funny.
This is on phone or where?
Started on Bumble, moved to text pretty quickly.
And you're talking politics over text.
Very lightly, nothing extreme. But again, on her profile, she
opened the conversation.
Correct.
With her.
It's clear that she is not happy with the left or the right. So we're messaging back and forth. She's very funny. She's got very quick wit, very quick, good banter. So it's pretty easy, pretty effortless texting. She wants to know what I do. I told her I'm in medicine. What kind of doctor you are? So I'm an ER doctor. So I guess, okay, good. So you're not dealing with vaccinating our world.
Wow, straight out of there.
And I was like, no, not
going for it.
And then I was like, okay, well, I know this is not going anywhere at this point. But also now curious. I get very curious as to how people go down that particular rabbit hole. The vaccine rabbit hole is very intriguing to me.
This is very beautiful about you. I experienced someone who has views that are too divergent from mine, and I'm like, all right, well, bye. And you're like, let me buy them a drink or dinner. That's incredible.
Well, I think your curiosity is great, like your desire to know others, but you would still say you're dating with intention?
Yes, again, this becomes more of a sociological experiment for me. I'm not dating them. No, don't, come on, hang with me here. She is going to be in Venice for work.
What does she do?
She's in advertising.
Oh.
So this is an easy meetup. This is grab a coffee.
Great.
Amy loves it.
Yeah, sniffing butts.
Sniffing butts.
That's sticking around. What a great term.
Yeah.
So why not? What do I possibly have to lose?
Time and money. That's all.
I can afford an $11 latte.
Which it is. It's so crazy.
It's egregious.
It's crazy.
It's egregious.
Meghan travels with her espresso machine now, so she doesn't have to pay for coffee anywhere we go.
I bring my own tea bags with me almost everywhere I go.
Yeah. Well, we have a lot in common.
So we meet up, and she is truly delightful. She has just a lovely aura about her.
Where are we meeting? What is she wearing? What's the sparkometer?
Nothing exciting. It starts Jenga. Good.
Jelena?
Jelena.
Oh, that is exciting. That's a hot spot.
It's really cool.
Did you go to the cafe or the restaurant?
Yeah, the cafe.
Where'd you sit?
There's an outdoor seating. Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong place.
No.
Superba.
No, I think it's Jelena.
Rose Cafe.
That's where he had that badass brunch.
Badass brunch. Jelena with Justa. Good Justa.
Say it one more time.
Good Justa.
Good job.
Wow, Seth.
Good job, Seth.
Wow,
Good
Seth.
Good job.
Good job.
I'm giving you your 5 back.
Yeah, I'll take it. So we meet at like 3. But she's got like 2 hours between meetings.
Okay.
She's wearing this businessy thing, but it's still super cash. She is hilarious, and she is irreverent, which I love. And
define her irreverence. How does her irreverence take shape? That's a new one for us.
It's almost everything. She's almost cynical about everything.
Okay.
This with the politics and this with the taxes and
Oh, so she's just like all about the politics. You can't really get away from it.
There's hang on. Just hold on. Just for hold on.
Okay, what's she wearing and what's your sparkometer?
Again, very like business casually,
you just
but
told us.
yeah. Are you listening?
I guess not. I thought you started to say it and then you got distracted.
It sounds like you started to listen and you got distracted.
All right. Okay, I'm gonna sit up in my chair and really focus.
Listening is hard. So she
What's the sparkometer? I know you haven't said that.
It's pretty high. It's like a 4.2, 4.3.
Okay.
She's very attractive. She just looks like professional and like she's closing deals and like just kicking ass. She looks great.
All right.
And she's quick. She's funny. I mean, this is a really interesting, intriguing human being until she talks.
Oh God, Seth. Okay.
Wait, how far in? Right away?
I don't want to talk about politics.
Well, but Seth, I guess if she led with that on
I
her profile,
know. Again, we're meeting.
She wasn't like burying the lead.
I get it, but
So you guys sit down and are you trying to talk about other things?
yes, of course. But
yeah, so like how much like getting to know each other truffa is there before you're getting bombarded?
15, 20 minutes of
where are you from? What do you do?
the definition of sniffing butts.
Okay.
Just like interacting with this person.
And then this is what I'm always interested in. Is there an actual segue that leads to that kind of discussion, or does she just like hammering it everywhere?
It's a conversation. You have conversations with people. It's just where it turns.
Yeah, but I think most conversation doesn't go to politics.
I think
because
right
most
now
people
it
try
does.
to avoid it.
Right now it does go to politics.
No, I grew up. You don't talk religion, politics, or
poo-poo.
Did you nudge it in that direction?
No, I didn't. I did not have to.
And are you being squirrely and like just sort of like agreeing and saying like, yeah, it sucks?
No.
Also, when she was anti-vax, when you guys were still just messaging,
yeah,
how did you respond back then?
I just.
Sorry, I didn't ask that question. I was asleep at the wheel, I guess.
Just like, yeah, no, vaccinations aren't a major part of my practice. We just highly recommend them as they're, really helping people not die from these things.
So you do take a stand that's pro-vaccine, and
it's not a matter of taking a stand that's pro-vaccine. It's
but
about,
does she push back?
No, she did not.
Okay, so there's some give and some take.
Yeah, okay.
A sense of humor goes a long way too.
Yeah,
like
that's
if you can make jokes about it, even if your deeply held beliefs are very strong.
Yeah.
Jokes help the medicine go down.
Basically, she does align with more like libertarian, I would say, politics.
Okay. She doesn't like taxes. We get it.
Doesn't like taxes.
I'm with her. Half my paycheck is gone.
Yeah, no one likes taxes. No one is excited to pay taxes.
Don't explain to Meghan that that's me taking half of her money.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys talk politics.
So briefly. And again, she hates the whole overall system. She wants a multi-party system.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I agree.
Again, so she's not completely irrational.
I agree
here.
with that. I think the problem in our country is that we are really a 4-party at least country, and we only have 2 parties.
A lot of her points were very cogent, and she's clearly had this discussion with people before.
And she's in advertising.
So she knows how to sell it.
Oh, does she work in that kind of is she in doing political ads and stuff, or is that her job?
No, it's tech.
Tech advertising. They still need ads for tech. I feel like
kidding?
we're all aware.
Oh, get on any website.
We're all aware of tech now.
I know about it.
Yeah. No.
Okay. Does she have a dog?
No dog.
Okay. That's gonna be tough for me then. Okay, so you get off politics.
We get off politics. We start talking about my life in the ER a little bit, and I tell her, not to mansplain here.
Yeah.
But the vaccines.
You bring it up.
You bring up vaccines.
You gotta bring it up.
It came up. It came up naturally.
You brought it up?
No.
Okay.
It just came up naturally.
So but is it like an ambush? Is she like, well, look at my fork. It's made out of heavy metals, not unlike the vaccine.
It was more just talking about life in the ER. Whatever the new variant popped up.
I think it's called flirt.
It is.
And I was reading an article about the new variant when we met up, and it was still on my phone when she got there. So at some point I clicked my phone and I said something along the lines, the new COVID variant. And she asked me point blank about vaccines. Again, this is not text message. We're discussing this. And I go, well, the main thing is I understand people's individual rights, and some people don't want to get vaccines for whatever reasons. I get that. From a medical standpoint, I can tell you that the vaccine is preventing severe disease. This is not a miracle drug. It's not the end-all be-all, but it is incredibly helpful and useful.
I have a question for you. As herd immunity builds around COVID, right? Like everybody's basically had it by now.
Herd immunity? That's so 2020.
Wait, I think it's flirt immunity.
Flirt immunity. Good immunity. Okay, so as that builds, do young, healthy people still need to get the vaccines? Because I don't think that we are approved for the booster.
You can get it.
I think we can get whatever we want these days.
No matter what.
Okay.
As many times as we want.
So there's multiple theories on this.
Okay.
The main being, if you get inoculated to whatever strand, there is, if it follows the flu pattern, you might get some lifelong immunity based on getting serial injections, and you'll have antibodies built up every year. These wane quickly with the vaccine, with the current COVID vaccine. But
your memory B cells and your helper T cells.
You're likely to have something. And the more
so impressive. Talk about the flirt.
And the more of that you have, potentially the better you have. Long term.
We think.
Theoretical.
And remind me, you're a doctor.
Fact.
And the person you're spending time with on this date is not a doctor.
Correct.
But she's pretty sure about her viewpoint, which is...
So you want the government tracking you at all times.
Okay.
Oh no, is that what she thinks?
Okay.
This is when it gets fun.
Okay.
Oh, no.
It's a microchip situation.
No.
We come from dogs.
Right.
Our dogs are microchipped so that we can keep track of them. And
this is when it gets fun. And then I started being a little antagonizing as we started going down this.
Okay,
here we
go.
Which is fun. First question is, you have an iPhone. you have Instagram.
Uh-huh.
You're worried about tracking.
You're making it a little bit easier on them than
you don't need
the nano chip. Uh-huh.
Yeah. And she goes, I have all my tracking off. No one knows where I am or what I'm doing.
Right.
Except for when you post on Instagram that you're at Gajenga having...
or when your cell phone interacts with a cell phone tower and therefore geolocates you.
Know exactly where you are.
So you're trying to speak her language, tech.
This is when it's so fun. This is why I love life. Because you get to interact with this person.
This is crazy.
This lights him up so much more than a good date.
It's
This is a
true.
problem.
No,
this
is not a problem.
If you go out with someone that you're like moderately interested in, you're like, nah, whatever, boring, ho-hum. This, you're like, you're all aglow.
Per Ryan from Temecula's advice, maybe you should join a debate team. Because you would find people that you can spar with who also are... Okay.
So, you made it very clear that she has all the settings set on her phone, so there's no way she could be tracked.
Okay, great.
Describe the date interaction where, like, what's it like now?
So now it's more...
Are lines drawn?
No. This is still very...
Still bantery.
But then start... maybe poking the bear a little bit. And I always like to ask whenever I have these interactions, they injected every single member of our military, and she is pro-armed forces. She is USA all the way.
Yeah.
I ask her, you put our entire defense at risk. And she goes, our military hasn't been injected. No chance. That is just out there so that the sheep would go get their vaccines. No one in the military has been vaccinated.
Are you turned on? Are you thinking about fantasy suites?
No, I'm thinking about not getting the vaccine ever again.
Oh, she's getting through to you.
This is getting weird. Everybody in the military has gotten vaccinated. Mm-hmm. Every politician has gotten vaccinated.
Now, just to play devil's advocate, how do we know that?
This transitions, thankfully, mercifully, to SpaceX.
Oh.
Okay.
Technology.
You guys really cover a lot. I will say, most of your dates, you talk about the most boring things. At least you're having, like, a good combo.
Yeah.
Again, okay, so welcome to my side of the table here.
Yeah.
This is fun. These are cool interactions.
Yeah.
I'm not dating this woman. I'm not taking her home to meet Ma.
That would be insane.
Oh, my God. I can't imagine.
I should.
Oh, my God. Sharon would love it.
You're right. I should. She goes, and obviously we need to beat the Chinese to the moon. The Chinese just landed a craft there. We need to get back there. And I'm not even sure we were there in 1969.
Oh, okay. All right, so the classics too.
Okay, but we did meet a very charming woman once. And we got pretty drunk. She was a friend of a friend. And at the end of dinner, she was like, all right, I'm just putting it out there. How do we know we landed on the moon?
There you go. there you go. Well, she basically said the same thing. She's like, I'm not 100% convinced. And
I think that's so, hackneyed as a conspiracy theory to be into.
Don't worry. There's fresh stuff coming.
I just mean, I would be embarrassed to talk about it's so played, the moon landing. Talk about something new.
Just wait.
But did you tell her if she got the nanochip, we could track the astronauts to the moon and we would know? It would be
Great point. That's a great point.
So this turned into SpaceX, and I said, well, how do we know SpaceX is going into space then? And, ooh, she did not like that one.
Oh, so she believes in current space travel.
In Elon Musk space travel.
Huh.
Bezos, not so much.
That's so interesting that, her things that she believes in are aligned very closely to what political party does them.
I'm selling it like I bought it.
Okay, so what's your response to all of this?
Well, I'm a science nerd, and this is sort of my thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I feel pretty confident. I wasn't born in 1969, wasn't there, can't say definitively, but I feel pretty confident with that that's not a conspiracy and that it happened, and there are people on the ISS right now. She goes, don't get me started on the ISS.
Here we go.
I don't remember what year the ISS went up. She goes, first and foremost, we didn't have that kind of technology back then. We barely have that technology now, and I'm not even sure we have it now.
Right.
SpaceX is just now scratching the surface.
Big SpaceX head. It loves Musk.
How does she feel about Neuralink?
I don't know which one is Neuralink.
Isn't
Musk's thing to put a chip in the brain?
Oh boy, we did.
That's a good question.
Where does
it go too far?
Oh wow, yeah, because that would go against all of her preaching.
It's complicated.
Ooh, okay, man, I'm glad that didn't come up. I gotta hang out with this woman again. This catapulted into Musk's brilliance in overcoming flat Earth.
No, it's too much.
She's a flat earther.
Which, by the way, also, it would be easier to leave Earth if it was flat, right?
That is false. So
There's no discussion of whether it would be easier to go into space from flat Earth or round Earth, because that is not a thing.
I love
her,
and I hope you bring her to Thanksgiving, because it would be so great for us
she doesn't believe in Thanksgiving.
Oh, man.
So this is my favorite.
So she's like, Alon's such a genius because he figured out escape velocity.
Well, this is
like, is she using words that like sound like science?
Yes, correct. It's pseudorscience. This is how you get the flat earthers.
Okay.
In order to leave the Earth's atmosphere, you have to go faster than escape velocity, and it's a specific number. I don't know what it is. We can look it up. If you don't go past that velocity, Earth's gravity forces you to stay in its orbit.
Yeah.
If you go past escape velocity, you will be able to get out of Earth's pull.
Yes.
Without this, you just keep orbiting over and over. Mm-hmm. If you're a flat earther, where do you go after you hit the end of the Earth? And that's where the flat earthers will tell you that's where space travel has begun, is because they figured out a way to get out of Earth's velocity by going straight through.
So they
all right, now that we're all a little dumber.
This one hurt my soul.
Okay, so what's your face do while she says it?
It's more like,
Okay, so you sigh deeply and sort of.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
The way you can slam dunk these people is with GPS, basically.
Okay.
The only reason GPS works is because of geosatellite positioning. A GPS on their phone, I mean.
Yeah.
Is geosynchronous positioning. You have to beam it up to space, and you have to beam it
have
back down.
to triangulate with 3 different satellites. But what do you can't say anything. It's not like you're gonna say something that makes a crazy person think that
she's bought into this. There's one more.
Okay, wait. I don't want to move on. I want to know, when she brings up that she's a flat earther,
so stupid.
Does she say it as though like, let me tell you a little something about life?
She's not trying to womansplain.
Okay, is she like, obviously we agree because you're a man of science and obviously it's a flat earth, you're smart, I'm smart.
It's more, she can tell that I'm a round earther.
But she's still pleasant and like...
She wasn't patronizing. She wasn't disrespectful. She was pleasant about it. And she just kind of gave her perspective. Portraying her perspective as fact.
Yeah.
But it wasn't at all dismissive of me. It wasn't like uncomfortable.
Well, she's sort of lovely despite being bonkers.
Correct.
Does she believe birds are real?
I believe so. It didn't come up. Other conspiracy theories that I didn't enjoy hearing about. Magic Johnson never had HIV or AIDS. David Stern, the then commissioner of the NBA, and Magic Johnson, who suffered a severe back injury and was going to be forced to retire, faked this to make HIV/AIDS awareness.
If that's true, it's a good deed.
Had not heard that one before.
Okay, well, what a waste of everyone's time. Did you guys chat afterwards? You make out?
Hong
Kong?
No make out, no Hong Kong.
Dismount, hug. What are we doing?
Hug. This was so fun. It was, and it truly was. It was very, very eye-opening experience.
Did you any follow-up texting?
No.
You both were like, well, that person's crazy. Isn't that interesting? She laughed and she was like, that guy's crazy.
Good times.
You're so delighted.
It was an awesome interaction. Why are you so upset about this?
No, I'm not upset. I'm just like, it's, first of all, it would shake my faith in humanity.
Yeah.
Again, jaded and...
I guess.
So we're...
Second of all,
good jaded.
Good night, everybody. Good night.
10 points for Meg. Goodbye, everybody.